Right, hello, hopefully we get some people on. So, this weekend's quite a nice one for me because I actually had it booked off work with some spare holiday days. So, got a Saturday and Sunday where I actually get a bit of time to myself, which is nice. So today I'm doing just a game stream, and tomorrow I'll probably do like a camera stream. But I got this a while ago, this game, and it's had an update fairly recently that's added quite a lot of content to it. So it's now got this ground branch style, gun system in it where you can, essentially, buy a gun and fit parts to it and all that. Oh, the smelling salts are very good for when I'm testing them on video. So I think you unlock guns, you have to level up with factions. So I don't have the P90 or the Vector to buy, but I can get various versions of the MP5, and that's the Bison, isn't it? The PP19, I think. Now, how does that and the MP5 vary? Slightly lower velocity, lower fire rate, same effective range. Both use regular 9mm, not 9x19. So yeah, it's basically just not quite as good MP5, but let's see what things we can modify onto it. Is that an SCP game? I have one of the SCP games. I think it's Containment Breach. I haven't really played much of it. So because I'm doing a challenge where I have to get kills with an SMG, I'll need to obviously use an SMG for that, as you can imagine. So there's rifles and that in this game, obviously. There's scars in this game, and it's good fun. But yeah, the only problem is obviously that I don't have a thing. But yeah, anyway, what I will do is I think if I go to owned. See, I've got that one, but that's actually got an ACOG on it because I took one out from a raid. So anyway, I've not got a helmet, but I've got a rig which acts as a plate carrier. It's a different way you can do it. I ought to get a backpack, but the good thing is I think nearly every single enemy you kill will have a backpack on them, so I'll just get an enemy kill for that. But I want to go to the market in the game first. And get a helmet, I assume, because I'm assuming otherwise I can buy night vision. But that's quite expensive, so I won't do that for now. And I'll try and do a daytime mission, just because otherwise you won't be able to see much on the stream. So I'm going to get a Mitch helmet, and so keys, you can actually buy the keys. You can find them on missions sometimes. So that's, I guess, to get into the locked room. Right, medical. I want some bandages. I'm just going to fully buy out the bandages, actually. And, oh, I can't actually unlock the health injector yet. Right, okay. Right, so let's go back to my box over here. And yeah, now I have got 2 injectors on me, so that's alright. Right, put 2 bandages there. I've got 3 mags essentially for the Bison, that should be enough to begin with. I want to put the helmet on my head. Right, okay, now I might have to modify this to put a flashlight on it if I'm not doing a daytime mission. Yeah, the new animations in Stalker are really good, if you're on about Stalker 2. They're genuinely really impressive animations. Or are you on about a mod or what? Right, so I can have both a task and a mission, but I've got a task at the moment to get kills with an SMG. Oh good, I can do an elimination mission, because I haven't done one of these and succeeded yet, so you have to get oh, that is actually being tracked at the moment. Okay, deploy. So quarry, and I can either deploy at, I'll do the AM one, so it's a daytime thing. Yeah, I'm not going to turn the AC off because then I'm going to be too hot. Alright, I'm just going to tell some people I'm on, because I did tell people I was on today, but nobody else is on at the moment. I mean, I could try turning the AC off for a bit, but I might have to turn it back on in a minute. Because, well, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Because this, even though it's a bit cooler at the moment, there's, yeah, but you're the only one in the chat. So, again, the problem with streams is if people aren't talking, there's not much of a conversation you can do. Right, anyway, so, gonna go in. So this is a PvE extraction shooter, a bit like Hole when I was doing that the other day. This has got a lot more gameplay mechanics to it, but as it's PvE, not PvP, I quite like this. One of my friends tried playing it with me earlier and got angry quite quickly with it, because I don't think he likes milsim style games. So again, that's fair for him. If you know, if he only likes sort of arcadey shooters, that's fine. But you know, I don't think really the stuff he was complaining about is stuff the game does badly. It's more just this is a genre of game. Load times are a bit long, even on SSD, for this, to be honest. So, I'm sure my cup of tea at the moment is still too hot to start. But yeah, I don't know if this actually has a proper loading bar, or if that where it says loading, that's just is. I think that's just a gradient, isn't it? I don't think that actually goes along. So it's probably one of those ones where it always looks like. Because yeah, the pitch has changed now, but I don't think the white actual area of the bar's changed. I think that's exactly as it was. Yeah, so yeah, I think the loading thing is one of those. Again, I don't know why modern games can't actually do a percent loading thing. Right. I have no idea, is the answer to that. So I just have to go to the factory and kill the boss, whoever the boss is down there. Now, every time I've tried to do this mission, I got killed, because there's way more enemies on these. So yeah, I've got the ACOG, which is nice. I was just trying to work out if, yeah, so the scopes in this game aren't very realistic in the sense that it zooms the entire camera in 4x times, say, for an ACOG, rather than games I like where only the scope is zoomed in, but the, you know, like the other bit of your field of view isn't zoomed in. Oh, there's an enemy up there already. So this being a submachine gun, let's have it on auto, isn't going to be great at range. Even though I've got an ACOG on it, it's still obviously better as a close range weapon. But let's just see if we can plonk him in the head. No, he's run off. There we go. What about Far Cry 5? The map's quite good on that, but it's a weird game. I wouldn't really recommend it. Right, let's take that AK-101 as a backup secondary gun. Oh, and he's got a backpack, so let's just take his backpack. Means we've actually got a bit of carry space now. But obviously, primarily, I will be using the, whatchamacallit. You have to unlock the suppressors, and I think the suppressors realistically in this affect the accuracy. And again, sometimes making noises in this is what you want, because it will draw more enemies out of cover. Right, there's a guy down there. Again, not really in the optimum shooting range for this, but... Again, sometimes as well, when this directional audio is a bit screwy, where they sometimes are really good at the sound really does sound like it's coming from where the enemies are. Sometimes in this you can hear people shouting and the voice isn't coming from where their model is. Oh, there's one. Might have to pick that mag back up to refill it in a bit, but let's see where this guy's running off to. They will actually... Again, that directional audio is a bit screwy at the moment. The good thing with this is enemies do actually bleed out in this game, unlike a lot of games. So if you shoot the enemies a lot of times and they don't have bandages, they will bleed out. I'm just going to switch this to semi because it does recoil quite fast. I suppose that's the high fire rate combined with it being quite lightweight. Again, I know there are... Oh. This Bison is next to fucking useless, and I'm nearly dead. So then I'm going to be dead and lost my Bison. I'm just going to try and make a run from it, and then maybe use a med kit if I can get far enough away from them that they have to search for me again. I want to use it, game maybe. Right, how's this mag looking? Yeah, quite a lot of ammo in it. As I've already said to you, I am doing a thing where I have to use a submachine gun. Again, please do listen when I'm actually saying this, because again, in a game, if you have a challenge to use an SMG, I can't then go, oh, I would need an AK. I've got an AK on me, as I've already said, but I can't use it for doing a challenge. And technically this is kind of an AK because it's a Bison. So it's like an AK SMG. But the problem is, yeah, it doesn't have the power to penetrate a lot of soft body armour or whatever. And it's not as good at range because it's a pistol caliber, so it loses velocity a lot faster. Right, where's he gone? Right, good. He's finally down. Right, so I have the mag for the Bison currently in the gun with 11 rounds, and then that's it. So I'm in a bit of an issue there. Because otherwise you won't progress the thing. Alright, good. An MP5. So, as much as I'd rather be using an MP5, his one's going to not be in great condition, so let's unload the ammo. But yeah, the problem is, if you don't do the challenges, you can't progress. So like a lot of games with gun challenges in them, if I want to unlock more attachments and everything for everything else, I need to do those. Again, sometimes you get the challenges that are actually easier in the sense it's just ones like complete a set number of missions, so then you can use whatever equipment you want. But the challenges, like the ones where you have to get kills with an SMG, you can't obviously do it using rifles. Let's see how far I am through it anyway. 6 of 10. So once I've got 4 more guys with the SMG, I can at least just purely use a rifle or whatever, and don't have to worry about I have loads of backpack spaces. I've got a small backpack on. Ah, now what are these for? PP19 dust cover. That's actually for the gun I'm using. Alright, I'll take all that stuff, but I do want to find ideally a bigger backpack. Now I'm going to drop the MREs because they're not worth much to resell. I don't think there's a UMP-45 in the game. There might be, but I mostly notice the SMGs, the Bison. There's a P90, and again, the P90 would be much better than this, but... Oh, Rubik's Cube. But yeah, I don't have it. And to be honest, the UMP-45 is still a pistol caliber, so it's not going to really affect the range anywhere between that and a 9mm. It's still going to be pretty damn similar because they're pistol calibers. You'll mostly, again, it's going to be full proper rifles and DMRs that you want for long range. And I'm not playing Stalker though. If you look at the title of the stream, it's Incursion Red River I'm playing. This isn't Stalker. And the UMP-45 is only in Stalker 2, not Stalker 1. Stalker 1 literally has the MP5 as an SMG, and I think that's almost it. So I think the Bison's only in mods. There's a couple of machine pistols, I think, maybe in default Stalker. Again, Stalker didn't really do much of SMGs. Bandages and painkillers. Ah, now that looks nice. SVT 380. So what's this then? Vietnamese assault rifle. Yes, please. Right. What caliber is it? 7.62 by 39. Right. I don't actually have any of that on me, but I'm getting rid of the AK and the spare 5.56 mag. I'll just unload the ammo out of that. Drop the mag. So hopefully I can find some more. I assume this just uses standard Clash mags, does it? Yeah, it looks like a standard Kalashnikov mag. Yeah, this looks like a gun I want to use as soon as I've got my SMG kills. So, anyway. I might use the other health injector because I've lost quite a bit of health. Alright. Put the other painkillers there where I can see them. Oh, and the bandages. You can set those to a key, can't I? No, I stream loads of different games and I also do obviously the camera streams. Ah, there's somebody walking around, look. Right, he's wounded. I don't think he has backup. But again, the problem is pistol caliber gun. Won't do much. Oh, he's got something brutty. Right, good, he's down. Right. Nearly out of ammo, but, however... Oh, that other mag is full, isn't it? Right, so if I swap mags... Now, did he store the other mag, or did he dump it? Yeah, he stored it. And I've got some extra 9mm rounds to load into that. Good. Yeah, lots of Soviet stuff in this, because it's set in modern-day Vietnam, with, like, PMCs running around. Rubik's Cube. Oh, look, a Chris Vector. Sadly, as much as I'd want to be using that, I'm kind of stuck at the moment with the PP19, the Bison. And the durability of that has already been damaged a bit. Oh, shit. M4A1. Again, looks like a nice gun. I kind of would want to you using it, but I'm stuck doing a challenge at the moment. I want to try that SVT. I might... have any of these guys had bigger backpacks than my backpack? That guy doesn't even have a backpack. Does have a bigger tactical rig. Might go to that rig, actually. Right, okay, that gives me a bit more space, but ideally I want to find a guy with, Oh look, there's the kid spamming it. Probably have to make the stream, even though there's only one person on, only if you're a subscriber then. Because if they're on there, that means there'll be loads of other idiots coming on. Oh. Anyway, I've got this guy to deal with first. Actually, I can pause this because it's single player and they do actually let you pause it, which is nice. Oh, but yes, typically because it's YouTube, you can't change the settings for this one because it's somebody making a new account. Yeah, I can technically go to this and make it. It's annoying I have to do this while I'm streaming. So it's customization. Oh, they actually have to be subscribed already for 5 minutes. So it means he's subscribed prior to do that. Oh well. Yeah, normally that turns off. If they come on again, I'll just turn up the subscribe time. Yeah, it means that they just subscribe in advance of you doing a stream to try and spam it. Again, it's a weird load of effort to actually do that. It's quite a strange thing, isn't it? Like, what are you going to spend your time doing? Oh, I'm going to make accounts and the burner accounts and then subscribe to a channel in advance, so when they go onto a stream, I can spam the chat. Yeah, better not bother taking any of these, but I would like to find a good backpack. But yeah, it seems a bit weird that there's nobody else in the chat though, because like I said, it says there's 5 people watching. But I'm guessing YouTube's just not sent this again as usual to lots of people I'm actually subscribing that want to watch videos. So, you know, told people I'd be on today about this time, on at that time, YouTube's not notified them. Brilliant. Again, the problem with YouTube, like I've said a lot of times, is that it seems that at the moment, the only thing they actually share to your subs properly is shorts and the other type of thing, like, you know, doing a vertical stream. Ooh, 7.62 NATO, but I don't have a NATO rifle. Somebody walking around fairly close by. That's an extraction point there, but Actually, I suppose how many kills short am I of the thing? Let me have a look. Because if I'm getting close to... Yeah, if I can get 2 more kills, I might as well do that and then retry this mission with a proper gun. There we go, that's those 2 kills. So let's grab anything useful from these guys. Can't really fit anything else now in my inventory. I can take that P320 pistol. And I'm just going to sell that. Yeah, that's my other gun. So yeah, let's extract and cache that other challenge in. Like I said, tomorrow at 5 PM I'll do a proper camera stream, because like I said, YouTube will actually at least share loads with people, but again, the typical problem with these is that YouTube just a lot of the time doesn't notify people that you're on. Which again, I know this from subscribing to other channels, that often you don't get a notification, or you get them like 2 days after they've done the thing that was a live, you know, thing that you then missed. Right, okay, cool. So I'm going to, because I can do it now in the thing, I'm going to take the ACOG off of this when I've got some space for it, because I want an ACOG for a different gun. So anyway, let's sell, or maybe I have to do it when I'm looking at my stash box. So yeah, let's sell that P320. And first, we're going to, like I said, take, before I sell that off, the ACOG off of it. Oh, and it's got an OKP as well. Right, let's take both of those off, because I can put them on other guns. So I'm definitely not staying with a Bison, so let's sell that. Interested in testing that out properly. Let's repair it first. Might as well sell the mags for the Bison, seeing as I'm not going to use it again. Right, revivers, no point having those if I'm playing solo, just sell all those. So I need 7.62 by 39 for that, so AK rounds. Now it's already got a foregrip on that one. Yeah, it's a very, very common car, the UAZ. It was basically the Soviet equivalent of a Jeep. So, you know, the only car they probably made, essentially. I know they made a couple more, but the Soviets aren't famous for their car industry. Right, so let's repair any of the armour I've got on. And again, I ought to get a better backpack than this, but I can't be bothered to do that now. Right, so I need to get some... I have got some 7.62 there, so let's put that in my inventory. And now, let's get some 7.62 mags from the shop. Don't need those slugs or flash hider. Does that have a rail on this? Or is it, Oh, it does actually have a rail. Okay, cool. So... I assume there'd be a way of putting a ACOG on. Why doesn't it let me put an ACOG on then? Is it because it's still got a rear sight on it? Or is it one of those guns which has a weird... Oh yeah, it's just being a bit funky. Okay, cool. So that's now got an ACOG on it, and it's a proper rifle. I'm just going to sell those bits off of it because I don't need those anymore. Right. Okay, I'm going to need to get some spare mags for this. Now the cool thing is I can look up stuff that's compatible with what I've got on this. So what was the name though of so owned. Oh, that's the ones in my storage box. Anyway, what I can do is just go to inventory, look up the name of the gun. STV, not SVT, right? STV. STV 380, that's the thing. Then I can look for compatible items. And we can buy, let's get some good old retro Bakelite mags. 3 extra mags for that. And that's all I'm going to need for the time being. Ooh, I ought to put a flashlight on it, but I think I've got some in my stash, because if I'm in the dark, I kind of want a flashlight. Oh, that's another mag I don't need. Sell that. Okay, so... that's a laser. Do I have a flashlight? Or do I need to buy one? Alright, I'll just do a daytime mission, it won't matter, but I do need to really put a flashlight on that. Right, so I'm going to carry on with that same mission, but I can now... that one, I can get the rewards for that one in my stash. And then with the tasks, I can pick one that's hopefully... survive and extract 3 times successfully. I'll do that one so I can use whatever guns I want with it. Right, operations. I've already got that on. Deploy. Oh, no missions tracked. Okay, some of them don't cancel when you leave. You can go back and do them, but apparently that one I couldn't. Right, mission select. No elimination. Sabotage is alright. That's normally just putting bugs on things. Install the jammers. Track. Deploy. Quarry. If we deploy at that time, what time do we get to the quarry? 4:36 AM. Right, that should be starting to get light by that time. Yeah, that's normally the case for people that are sad enough to keep spamming videos. I do find it a bit weird though that you get people that's part of what they do every day is, oh, I'm just going to spam people's videos because I'm so obsessed doing it. It does show, I think, with some people that they really don't have much going on in their lives. And what was it about Ohio Uncle? But nice to see you actually on. Well, they've got a different picture now, haven't you? Although it's really small on my phone, so I can't see, but... But welcome to the chat, seeing as it's nice to actually have an extra person in here. Seeing as, again, this is annoying, this video, because this stream, because it's obviously not sent it to people. Or it sent the notification out too late, you know, where with some streams it does that basically, as I've just given up on the stream anyway. But I am doing another mission anyway. Right, so annoyingly that is still quite dark, and now I wish I did put the flashlight on my gun. And this thing is too small for even, right, this is going to be annoying. Because I'm going to have to come back for this jammer. Yeah, don't do this mission type without a jammer is what I've just learnt. Yeah, and I don't actually have a flashlight at all. The good thing in this game is that AI is actually not very good at seeing you in the dark, so that is sort of realistic. Anyway, it's, according to the game, 4:48 AM, so I'm hoping it gets light soon, because when I've done missions around 6 AM time, it's light, and the sky is a bit red over there. So I'm hoping that it will soon get to the point in the game where I can actually see well. Oh look, there's a flashlight, isn't it? Is that somebody's flashlight? If that's a guy with a flashlight, I can kill him and take his flashlight. You also have to be careful with people like that, because in certain countries that will actually get you arrested. Even in places like America with a lot of free speech laws, it can be considered incitement to violence. I'm not saying you doing that, but I mean somebody who says that like they think it's funny. Do actually have to be really careful, because there's a lot of countries now where you can, even if you don't get properly charged, you could get, you know, pulled into the police station, have all your devices seized and looked through. And again, like I said, that actually happens to people in America as well. So it's not even like you're not protected by the First Amendment in the US to say, I'm going to go and commit violence against people or whatever. That's the thing in nearly every... Oh, is that a guy there? Or is that... No, it's a bit of a tree. But yeah, in nearly every country in the world, making an actual, like, terror threat or whatever, or a threat of violence against somebody specific is actually enough to get you arrested. It's kind of funny. I mean, it's not funny that people would do those threats, but you know what I mean? It's one of those things where... Oh. I can't even see him at all, it's so dark. Now, have I killed him? Wow, I nailed him pretty good where I couldn't see him. Right, is there any attachments on his AK? No, I'm going to take it for now, just to put in the other slot. Oh, shit. Where is he? Again, this game is pretty miserable at night without... Oh. Thankfully their aim is absolutely shit in the dark, but still I can't really see them. They can still see me a little bit, which isn't good. Right. Oh, I'm bleeding. I need to deal with that, but I'm a bit worried if as soon as I get my bandage out, that guy's going to be out there. Right, let's start bandaging and hope he doesn't ambush me as I'm using the bandage. Right, okay. Yeah, I completely get what you mean, but yeah, that's what I'm sort of saying. It's one of those things of, It's getting ever so slightly lighter now. But yeah, at least, again, the enemies still can see a bit better than I can in the dark. But, oh, there's one. Yeah, the enemies still see better than I do in the dark, but not so much that, like I said, they're really dangerous. And yeah, that went better than I was expecting. Right, I'm really hoping one of these guys has a flashlight or something useful on him. Or a big backpack. I can still hear one walking about. I think he's near the cart, yeah. Right, let's just run over here a bit so he has to come through some actual lights. Nothing in there. Right. But again, it is getting bright enough now that it's not too bad. Yeah, I see him now. Oh, stupid bar just right in the wrong place. Right. I do actually like this rifle quite a lot, though. This is quite nice. Right, let me just, for now, unload this mag, refill this mag, put the mag back in. There we go. But yeah, right, so what time is it now according to the game? Because I'll know now. Right, don't start a mission before 5 AM. Because 5 AM seems to be when I've now just got enough light to see enemies. And again, I know with a lot of these games that it is going to be obviously a bit dependent on your monitor brightness and stuff like that. But, yeah, obviously... Like I said, I do really want to nail a guy with a decent sized backpack, because the problem I've got is I need to fit one of these jammers. Oh, no, that's the same size backpack I've got, isn't it? Oh, like I said, the problem is that all of these rigs don't have the right pocket layout for me to put a jammer in, so I'm going to have to go to the objective, install 2 of the jammers, and come back for the last one. So anyway, where is that? Right on the other side of the map. Great. Oh look, Shadow Company, they're pretending they're you to spam the chat. Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. If you talk about people that are already dead, you can be quite disrespectful, but it's not like you're threatening somebody that's already alive. The problem is, like we're saying, is that when people start, you know, obviously threatening people that are alive, it becomes a real active threat. Yeah, because again, sadly with YouTube, you can make an account quite quickly. So what they can literally do is save your picture, name themselves to be like you, and then immediately start spamming the chat. Tell you what I'll do though, because there's actually 2 of you in here. I know you've been subbed for a while. Edit. How long do they have to be subscribed for? Let's do 20 minutes, because I'll be off by the time they've got a new account. Alright, Rajiv, I've been on quite a while, unfortunately, but I don't know if YouTube didn't notify people or what. Because I did say to some people I'd be on at 5 PM and then nobody's come on. Well, a couple of people have, and some spammers. So the little kids making accounts to spam the video, they've been on a couple of times. About 3 or 4 times, I think. But not many actual normal subscribers. Alright, let's see how much drop this has got, being 762 by 39. Because it isn't that high velocity. Quite a heavy bullet on a shortish case. Still not a bad projectile. And he's down. Yeah, but again, they do it for attention, don't they? Like I said, generally the people doing stuff like that are the people that have fuck all going on in their lives of anything good. So their highlight is trying to annoy other people. Again, like I've said a lot of times with things like that, if you're if you're a happy, well-adjusted person, you don't spend your time trying to be a pain in the arse to other people. You just get on doing the stuff you enjoy. But, you know. Again, he's only got a mini backpack. Old flashlight. I bet you can't actually use that, though. It's worth a fair bit, though. Oh, walkie-talkie, that's worth a fair bit. But yes, sadly, all the backpacks I'm running into on these enemies are mini backpacks, which is really what I don't want. I want, because like I said, I'd like to be able to take the jammer with me, but... Oh, hello. Okay, I'm really liking this Vietnamese rifle. I'm going to look up later on the real gun. Oh, Virtus, it's the British Army one, look. That's, yeah, one of the British Army rigs, Virtus. Like, I've got the Virtus helmet and that. So, British Army rigging in this game, weirdly enough. Oh. Where did that shot come from? Oh, there. Right, that guy has a pistol, so I'm going to take his pistol. Yeah, maybe most of these enemies only have mini backpacks, so you want to actually buy a decent backpack to go into a raid, I don't know. But, yeah, if I'd have known that I couldn't fit all 3 jammers into this backpack, I would have bought a better backpack, but, yeah, if it's a woman, she's going to constantly get hit on and then harassed when she doesn't, doesn't want anything back from the guys that are so thirsty that are doing it. If it's a guy, you just normally get abused. That's normally how the internet works with people that aren't just the people that are actually there to enjoy whatever content you do. And this game's quite pretty, and I've not even got its max settings. I've got on settings, I think, because it's, I think, been a pretty good 60 frame rate even when me streaming this. So this game is quite well optimised compared to a lot of games. I've had one crash so far, which was just when, oh, took some damage there. And again, I have to be careful with my health in this, because you don't get loads of health injectors. I've got another one there that I'm going to put up there and bind to a key, but I think for the first time in the UK, apparently, we had somebody that has actually gone to prison for a decent length of time for trying to encourage somebody that was mentally unstable to, again, I need to use a word that won't get me in trouble on YouTube, end themselves, if you like, if that word makes sense. So we had, and that person, like I said, and a lot of people are like, oh, that was free speech, you should be allowed to do that. But that's one of the things I think is actually good if people genuinely, like, if they've found somebody that's not all mentally, stable, and then they try and pressure them into, doing that, I think that's good if those fuckers get locked up. And I bet they're going to have a lovely time in prison if I think they were doing it to, like, young women or something. And apparently it was, again, a weird fucking sexual gratification thing. So yeah, I'm hoping that guy enjoys the showers in prison. Probably won't. Yeah, and this thing all the way on the other side of the map. Yeah, I should have brought a big backpack. But oh well. I could actually just extract and then start a new mission. Oh. Because I'm going to have to go all the way back. I might just fucking extract. And just cash out all the loot I've got, even if it fails the mission. This guy doesn't even have a backpack. Yeah, let's find the nearest evac point and get out. So that one never closes. That one is closed but opens. Let's go to the one that doesn't close. So that's southwest of where I am. So that way. I need to remember to swap at some point sprint to not be toggle, because most of the things I've got on controls in this I've got on toggle, which I like, but not sprint, because otherwise your character keeps sprinting, and that's annoying when you're actually trying to like not you know, waste your stamina and whatever. RPK stock, don't need that. Again, I keep forgetting in this that because so many games in the genre don't let you do it, you can actually pause this. So let's just have that to show always. Right, so toggle run off, so that way I have to just hold down sprint, I think, when I want to sprint. Yeah, and then he stops sprinting again. Yeah, that's better, because that way I'm not wasting stamina or... Right, need a key for that. What ammo for guns I have. Right, let me change the mag over for the moment. I thought that was a guy there. It's a guy in the watchtower. A lot of the camps have guys in the watchtowers, but I think it's like not 100% chance they're always there, so you know, you can't just memorise enemy locations. Which I kind of like in games when they do stuff like that. So yeah, I just want to go around the outskirts of this base this way, and then I can extract. Right, that guy is in a watchtower. Right, gonna get a bit of bullet drop here, I reckon. No, not much actually. And he moves at a very low frame rate at a distance. Oh yeah, that's the thing in this. When your weapon's raised, you start losing like stamina as well, or a different stamina, like arm strength, whatever it is. Yeah, is the prison food really bad? I don't actually know. But yeah, like I said, prison is the best place for somewhat, you know, for somebody like that. I think, actually, I think it said something like he's in for 10 years, but he's starting off in a mental hospital, and then if they consider him not to be insane or something, they're chucking him in regular prison. So he's probably going to be in a fucking straitjacket. But regardless, he's not going to have a fun time. Alright, let's moved again. Let's check the other towers. Get clear. The guy's back up the top again. Oh, moving him out. But yeah, I'm filming a video on an MRE pack in a bit anyway, but I was going to have dinner after I did the stream, so I'll get that filmed and probably set it to go on at midnight, because otherwise sometimes YouTube will do the thing of, oh, you already did a stream today, so we're not going to send your video to any of your subscribers, even though we didn't send your stream to any of your subscribers. Yeah, like, I'm kind of weirdly just checking how much ammo I've got in a mag every time I... There we go, extract. Right, so we failed the mission, but we've extracted alive, and I can sell anything I had on me. And that's always better than dying, because if you die, you both fail the mission, and, you know, you don't get any reward for it, you lose all your gear. So yeah, didn't complete any tasks, but looted 10 grand's worth of stuff, 11 enemies killed. And I want to just repair and keep using the rifle I'm currently got, because I think that's pretty damn good. Doubt they get a Gucci straitjacket either. I don't know if it's still the case, but I know historically, you know, like going back the last 30 years in a lot of places like that, you're basically just sedated out of your mind the entire time, apparently. Right, so let's sell that one. Repair this. Oh, I suppose I can sell the jammers even though I didn't do the mission. They're not worth much, because again... Oh, I should have dropped the jammers then, shouldn't I? And picked up more loot with it, but oh well. That's, again, an AK-545 mag, so no point in having it. Oh, that's that little mag, the 20 round 7.62 mag's compatible with this gun. Oh, okay, that's cool. Keep that then. Sell that NATO ammo. Sell the Rubik's Cube. Sell that and the pistol. Sell both those painkillers. Unload that mag. Put those 6 rounds in. And then I've at least got almost 3 full mags plus the ammo in the gun. Right, okay. Hopefully I can get a mission that's not there. Right, I would need a better backpack, don't I? So let's sell that crappy mini backpack and get an actual proper size backpack. That's pretty important in this game, it seems. Marketplace. Gear. Backpack. Middle-sized backpack. Yeah, but how big is it? Again, I'm assuming the backpacks are based on size, is what the price has in. Yeah, I definitely don't want the mini backpack. I guess the Bergen is going to be, the tier 3 backpacks, I assume, are going to be the absolutely huge ones, aren't they? Yeah. So, the best things I can buy is probably going to be this one. So, let's purchase all of those and use up a shitload of money, but then I've got them in my storage for future games, because again, like I said, I now know that I definitely do not want to play this without a good backpack. Repair. Well, my helmet didn't even get hit. Yeah, this is very similar to Marauders and I guess Tarkov, how they do this. AK-545 rounds. Yeah, that's still worth keeping that because oh, I've got another 7.62 set of bullets there. Let's just move that. Oh no, I'm gonna have, yeah, but I want them on the left because it looks neater. Right, okay, so now I at least have backpack space. So, The problem is with gulags is most of the people being sent to them weren't actual criminals. They were people that said the wrong thing against the government. So while they were horrible kind of work camps, the problem was the people going into them didn't really deserve to be in them. Alright, so mission select. So I've got my other task ongoing, the extract 3 times one. Right, so... Oh, again, an elimination mission. Right, good. I actually want one of these to go properly. Right. What I wouldn't mind, though, for my AK... Not AK, the Vietnamese assault rifle thing, is a flashlight, like a 20mm flashlight. What bit do I... Oh, it would be attachments. Duh. Yeah. Alright, flashlight. So... when the pictures load, because one of them's for Warsaw Pack style guns, one's just got a 40mm thing on it. But yeah, forced labour's always been a thing historically for various crimes. Like you said, if it's real criminals that go there, I don't think people would mind, but the problem is with the Gulag, it has a complete connotation of being political terror based. Right, that is the one, I think, that goes on most of the guns. Well, that one says handgun rails. What about the mini scout flashlight? Inspect. Small flashlight. Alright, so how does that one attach? That, alright, that looks like a proper 20mm one. So I'm assuming... Favorite. I'll have both of my favourites because the other flashlight is useful. Right, let's add a load of these to cart. Again, the reason I'm just buying a load of them at once is because the flashlight's stupidly useful, so you kind of want them for every gun. And what I also want to see is if I can put a backup sight on my gun, so if it's close quarters I have so what I want isn't like a particular guns one, it's going to be like the OKB. I might even have one of those, but again I need one that isn't Warsaw packed only. Because, oh, is that actually a 20mm rail attachment on that one? Yeah, fits Picatinny rail. Oh, never mind, I closed it. Let's just see what I've got in my stash. Probably not very well. Again, the problem is with stuff like that is no matter how much stuff you've got, assuming that, you know, the government doesn't come with armed men and confiscate it, or some sort of raider looter just kills you, is that if everything is really screwed going forwards... Oh, somebody's PMing me while I'm trying to actually do a stream. The problem is with that sort of scenario is that you're basically fucked because everything's fucked. It's not going to get any better. Yeah, so again, that's a handgun one, that one. So anyway, those flashlights, yeah, so good. That goes on my gun, that flashlight. And did I have... Yeah, those, that OKP7, I'm going to sell that because that doesn't fit on that. Oh, AK-545 drum. Oh, SVD mag, I'll sell that, don't need that. Again, don't need slugs, so those. But yeah, so as well as the flashlights then, I'm going to need... a Picatinny, because Picatinny is the same thing as Weaver, isn't it? Essentially, I know there's a very minor difference, but... So, 77, let's favourite that. Actually, let me put 2 in the cart, purchase them, check it fits the gun, and if it does, I'll favourite them so I know for later on that... Why is that not... Surely that should, if it's Picatinny. Or has it only got one rail on this? Okay, so where I've got the grip on this one, can I replace... If I take that off, can I then put that... I suppose you wouldn't have it underneath though, would you? And yeah, this doesn't have a side grip, that's the problem. It's only got the... Yeah, it's kind of set up like a Galil, this, isn't it? Where it's, yeah, very similar to a Galil. Yeah, so that makes sense, because, I'd need the offset side rail for the sights like Ground Branch. But yeah, that other sight, the OKP, I think will go on some of my other guns if they don't have, sights already on them. So, again, not totally useless, but yeah. Oh, I'll just make do without that for this game. No, I've not heard of the fish that ate the whale, or what's that about? But, anyway. Tracked, yes, right, let's do this mission then. So, I can go in at 4:16 AM or 4:16 PM. I definitely want to do AM, because by the time I get there, it'll be just getting light. Whereas if I do the PM one, it will be, by the time I get there, 6 to 7 PM, and it will be getting dark. And like I said, as much as I've now got a flashlight on my gun, I actually kind of like being able to see where I'm walking around. So this game would definitely be improved if the loading screen had a percentage thing on it, because so many modern games now don't seem to have a percent loaded sort of thing, or even just a vague bar that fills up. They just have this sort of thing where it just says loading and a little thing to spin to show, or like this has the dot 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 that moves to show you that hopefully the game hasn't frozen on the loading screen. But yeah, I don't know why developers don't put a proper loading screen on games anymore. I can understand it on games where the loading times are so short there'd be no point having it on there. But it's still quite annoying that, you know. Because I think it's roughly about a minute or so the loading time on this. Right, okay, good. Here we are. Don't need a flashlight on. Okay, so I'm ready to roll with all this stuff here. Let's have this on semi-only, don't need it on fully auto. And I'm meant to be just going to a base somewhere, right at the northwest, and whacking the guy in there. So pretty much just slightly northwest of my position, not very far. But yeah, when I've done these elimination missions, the enemies have been a lot more dangerous. As in, I assume they have like better enemy AI, as in, you know, faster reaction times, more accurate kind of thing, and that more enemies seem to spawn. So compared to some of the missions where you just sort of go into a relatively empty base, kill a couple of people and plant some like bugs or jammers, these missions seem to have a lot more guys, you know, patrolling a smaller area. Yeah, it seems, Rajiv, since I set the timer to every 20 minutes or whatever, you know, you have to be sub for 20 minutes, we haven't seen one yet, Whether or not we get one after a 20-minute period, but if they're only making one account at a time. Yeah, this isn't even on max quality, Rajiv, but I'm doing it on this because I can run it on this and it runs at a 60 smooth at 4K without, you know, like stuttering or whatever. I will not wish violence on anyone, but yes, the mini backpack, don't want that. But yeah, like I was saying, the like I said, I think it's just one probably very bored kid that is obsessed with spamming. I need to watch Hot Shots Part 2 again. I haven't seen that in ages. I remember liking it more than the first one, because isn't the first one more of like a weird Top Gun rip-off, isn't it? Where Part 2 is a lot more like an Arnie Rambo style film. But yeah, this is set in like modern day Vietnam if there's like some sort of insurgency going on. It's a bit like Far Cry 2 in the sense you accept missions from like warring factions to, you know, kill each other for, you know, rewards. No, this path's quite annoying because I don't think you can actually climb up it sideways. Yeah, this has got the kind of ground branch style gun stuff where the guns are pretty realistic and have all like lots of different attachments you can put on them. But yeah, I've been quite enjoying this. It is a bit buggy. One of my friends was playing with me earlier and he got really pissed off because I think he likes a lot more arcadey shooters. So when he was playing this, he quickly realised like why he doesn't like this style of game again. Right, I'm pretty much at the target location now. I hear people talking. I don't see anyone yet. I want to go around the perimeter first rather than straight in and then probably get shot in the back. Laser that I can't fit on any of these. Oh, but more 7.62x39 ammo. That's great because that's actually useful. Which one's BR? Oh, do you just mean Blu-ray? Ah, right, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so, yeah. Not bad, is it? Yeah. That's one of the reasons I did start getting back into discs again. I watched a film that was really good the other week called Hang 'em High. Or actually, no, this week on Thursday. Which is an Eastwood Western, but like the first of the American revisionist Westerns. And that I've wanted to see for years, but it's only recently it's gone on streaming services, because years ago I went all around like the HMVs when I was getting all like the Leone ones, and nowhere had that. Yeah, so I was quite pleased that like there's a decent restoration of it now that's just on streaming sites. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Rajiv. It's one of those ones I've always wanted to see, but I don't know if it was out of print for a while or just not very well distributed. But it was one of those ones that, you know, like every time I tried to find it in the shop, they never had it. So I was quite pleased, you know, like where I actually saw, oh, that's included with my MGM subscription on Prime. And even though I'd not seen the film before, the theme I must have heard a few times, because that, when it started playing, I knew what notes were coming next. And I know, again, it's one done in the style of Sergio Leone, even though he didn't do the soundtrack for it. But again, it's quite good music when you know how it's going to sound before you've even heard it properly. There's another one further back in there. Oh shit, that little sleeper or whatever it is in the way of my shot. Now, is quick R, like I just did, the one that keeps the mag? Yeah, because that was just a 20 round mag, yeah, so it's good. So, I think if you double tap R, they drop the mag. I think if you short press R like I did and if you got space for it, the mag goes back in your inventory. I've got some physical books I've bought recently, but I generally like audiobooks now just because I can listen to them while doing stuff that's, you know, boring but not very distracting, so I can fully take in what I'm listening to. But, you know, obviously I wouldn't be able to read a book at the time I was doing it. Right, that went well. And again, he's not dumped the mag. Yeah, good. There it is. Yeah, this AK I quite like. Well, it's not an AK, but this Vietnamese classic AK style gun. Again, the some of the time when the NPCs talk, well, that guy looked like he had a fairly good chest rig on. Some of the times when NPCs call stuff out, the directional audio in this is really good. Other times it can be quite shit, where you know, where their voice doesn't really come from their location. I've still got some shots left in this. Right, better change that mag now. Reload it again. Right. Right. Now I'm not being constantly rushed by the guys. Let's see. Oh, spoke too soon. I was fucking lucky there. He didn't land any hits. But yeah, it's the thing. That was another thing that pissed my friend off in this. You keep going, all right, now the combat's over. I'll just you know, start having a look with what these guys have, and then immediately another guy sort of finds you. But yeah, what's quite good in this as well is enemies can actually bleed to death. So if you shoot an enemy and it starts a bleeding wound, but they don't have a bandage in their inventory, they do actually bleed to death after a set amount of time, when nearly every game that has bleeding for the player never has it for enemies. So that's a really nice... how much is a staple gun worth? Nah, not very much. So, yeah, that's a really nice feature in this, just because so many games don't do that. They do the thing of bleeding only affects the player. Oh, fuck off. I'm just trying to loot a body. Yeah, and another one. Come out, wherever you are. Oh, there it is. Oh, an FN57, yes please. I haven't tried... Oh, I have tried one very briefly in this, but not properly. Anyway, let's get my AK up I keep calling it an AK, even though it's not really an AK, but this Vietnamese assault rifle thing that is clearly AK style. Again, I'm going to have to, after I get out the game, look this gun up, because obviously I guess this is a modern Vietnamese. It's got an AK back style receiver, hasn't it, with a dust cover. So this probably is like the Galil. It's probably just a very modular, modern take on an old AKM. Oh, a Steyr AUG. Vodka's worth $1,000 in this for some reason. Now the AUG's nice in this because it's got the proper donut of death sight like it should. Which is only about, I think, 1.5 times zoom in it, like the real AUG. Which does, no, that doesn't fit the AUG, does it? Oh. I'm going to switch this to semi because I don't want to waste all my ammo for it. There's another one down there. I'm going to move up a bit because so many guys just keep coming. I don't know if they infinitely spawn around here. Oh, I did have a second AUG mag. Oh yeah, that'll be the one I picked up. Did I have any... let's unload that 5.56 mag that's not for the AUG. Use it to top up my other AUG mag. Right, I'm finding it a bit difficult now to look at the comments just because of the sheer amount of enemies that seem to keep turning up around this place. Oh, I've eliminated the boss at least, so I just need to get out now. I wonder if the boss was the guy with the really nice plate carrier on, like this guy. Because that looked... might not be, but that just looked like the guy with the best possible gear. Yeah, this guy's got $2 grand on him. And a cigar. Luxury tobacco cigar, eh? That's my style, sir. Oh, but he's also got... Alright, I'm gonna... as much as I like the AUG, I'm going to get rid of this. Unless I can pack it in my... Hang on. I reckon. Will the AUG, being a bullpup, be short enough to go in my backpack like that? Yes! Right. Now I can take the Scar H and the mag for the Scar H. And I've got that for... Right, what's his rig like? Armour level 4, eh? It's a lot better than my rig. So, let me pop my gear here into his rig. Oh, it's got more space in his rig as well, I think. Dump my rig and put his rig on. So that rig's probably splattered with guts on the inside of it, but hey, I've now got more carry space as well. So my evac, is it a permanent evac zone over there behind me? No, it closes in 5 minutes, but that still gives me a couple of minutes to loot whatever isn't nailed down. Seeing as, like I said, some of these guys have fairly nice gear on them. So but now, because that thing's closing, I want to just pick up what I can fit in. Again, I have to probably just do single block things now, because I think, because it's vertical, yeah, I can only fit things right at the bottom of those pockets. Oh, a bunker key, they're worth shitloads of money. He's got an AUG mag, but do I have... if I throw away some painkillers and like that biro or whatever it is, take another AUG mag, because like I said, I actually like the AUG in this, so I'll probably take it into a map at some point. Right, and now just evac. Right, I'll do one more mission after this one, seeing as Rajiv's on and a couple of other people in the chat now. But like I said, I've been streaming this for a while now. I am going to have to turn the aircon back on though, I'm afraid. This room's warming up quite quickly. Right, how many people did I massacre? Let's find out. That's number one. 15 KIA, felt more than that. But I was only in the raid for 15 minutes. That was a killer minute, and I looted 85 grand worth of stuff. Ah, so that's interesting. I've lost reputation with that faction, I guess, because I've done a mission for another faction. So I suppose you have to kind of balance out the missions, or just go down only doing jobs for one faction. Because otherwise, yeah, you're gonna... It kind of makes sense in this, that you piss off the factions if you're killing their men for another company. Like, that makes a lot of sense, but most games like this don't have that. There's never any negative things for doing missions, you know, against one group for another. Right, so in my stash, let's repair the Scar. Oh, it's in full condition, wasn't it? Repair my AK, good. The 5.7, I'm going to repair that and put it in my stash. Do you have any 5.7 mags? Actually, might get that one. Any other mags on me? I'll take the 5.7 round. Right, the AUG, I'm going to try and stick there, but weapons box tier 1, I suppose I can store... Yeah, might as well, yeah, store that AUG there. I see, so that only lets you put weapons in a weapons box. Can you put ammo in it? Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting to know. You've got gearbox. Now, can I, in the gearbox, put backpacks? Oh, I can, okay. So 2 of the backpacks, I can actually reduce the space in the general kind of storage by putting into there. Right, that's good to know. So yeah, I suppose with the tiers of this, that's actually useful just for more storage. Right, weaponry box. Again, this is why bullpups are better, because you can fit them in things you wouldn't be able to fit the other rifles in. Anyway, I'll tidy this all up later, but yes, right. So sell that vodka, 1 grand. Sell that canteen for some reason, which is 2 grand. Alright, one of those kind of boomers, yeah. My dad's a boomer who refuses to learn how to use a mobile phone, which is really annoying if you need to get hold of him when he's out. Because there's been times like there's been stuff that's really important, and then... I know he does the thing of, oh, I like being oblivious to that stuff, but it can really piss other people off when you need him in an emergency, or just to give you a yes or no to something over the phone and there's no way of doing it. Right, the bunker key sells for 7.2 grand, which is great. Sell those painkillers and bandages, yeah, because I've got others there. Right, let's pretty much sell all this stuff. MP5, don't want the mags for that, don't have any MP5s in storage. P320, not bothering with that. Cigar, how much does that sell for? 28 grand for a cigar, look. Very classy cigar, for sure tastes great, but quite expensive. Yes, 28 grand for that. Wow, I am happily selling that cigar to buy weapons. Okay, P7, don't have a gun, I don't think that goes on. 5.56, yeah, I want to keep that because, oh, that go in the ammo store, ammo storage one, can't it? Right, the AUG mag can go there. Everyone can just go somewhere in there because I still have to tidy that. This gun, Scar, can just go in there because I'm going to be using that nice Vietnamese gun again. Take the cash there, merge it in my other cash. So I now have $138,000. Very nice. So that's good. I might put my cash right at the top there. Again, I won't do the Tetris of all this while you're yeah, that's the thing, Rajiv. My granddad, although because he's blind now and like totally deaf, can't really do much with technology now, but he was much better at technology than my parents were. As in, you know, actually had an incentive to want to use it and found it interesting, I guess. Whereas my parents, like my mum is the sort of person that has a smartphone and that, but has to constantly ask me how to do anything on it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, Hype. I'll stay on a bit longer now if you're on, because annoyingly the first like hour I was on, almost nobody was in the chat, where I guess YouTube just didn't notify people. So anyway, I found this Vietnamese gun I like. I'm going to look this up on IMFDB and see if it's a real thing. STV 380. because some of the guns in this have the fake names, but most don't. Yeah, STV rifle. Family of Vietnamese-made service assault rifles and submachine guns. They're kind of very Galil-like, it seems. But yeah, like I say, in this particular one I quite like. I would take the Norinco in to show you, but the problem is because I've already got a loadout set up, I don't want to mess that up now. Anyway, so we're going to take that in as it is with... what else is in my inventory? Like I said, I've got that nicer plate carrier now. So, yeah, just some spare mags for that AK and some rounds for it. I know it's not technically an AK, but whatever. Oh yeah, repair that. Guess backpacks never get damaged. Right. Yeah, it's only going to be the ones that can and will suit. Like, there's some weird stuff, like, I think where they've done stuff on the models sometimes. Like, so yeah, because like I said, it's got the ground branch kind of system. So if I show you, like, if what I mean. So, with the FAL, for example, you'll notice on that it says LAR, which is Light Assault Rifle, which is FAL in English, because FAL is Fusil Automatique Léger, or whatever it is. Literally Light Assault Rifle. In French, but so interestingly on that they've called that the LAR, and I'm assuming that's because if there's a legal thing and they have to change the name, they don't have to then change the model. Yeah, like modern Vietnam, if there's lots of PMCs going around doing weird shit in the jungle. Alright, Rich, hello. Did a lot of you only just get the notification, because I was just saying to Hype that I've been on well over an hour, and for the first bit there was only one person in the chat, and a couple of spammers came on, but otherwise, but yeah, let's have a look for all the guns in the game that are currently in it. So, loads of AK family guns, Steyr-AUG, so I really like that. I can't buy them in yet, annoyingly. I can find them on enemies and take them out. FAL. So AR platforms of various types, like I said, Norinco QBZ, cool, again the one in this game is apparently an export one in 5.56, but you know, not the weird Chinese caliber, which I guess is kind of like the Chinese 5.45. Like I said, then I'm currently using that, the STV. With SMGs, there's a couple of MP5s, P90 that you have to be quite high faction relations, I think, to buy that. Yeah, tier 3 with one of the things. Bison, which again is kind of meh. It's not awful, but the problem is it's an SMG in a game where lots of people have plate armor. Chris Vector, so again, it's probably quite good in terms of low recoil in the game, but I'd rather just use rifles. There's 2 shotguns, VR80, whatever that is. Oh, an AR platform shotgun, okay. Benelli M2. DMRs just has the SCAR and an SVD at the moment. Okay, Rich. Again, a few of the people were out and got in. Today I've got this weekend booked off work, so it's nice. And then proper sniper rifles. I don't know why the SKS is a sniper rifle in this, but whatever. I did use the SKS briefly, but the problem with the SKS in this is you have to manually take a mag out and put a new mag in because you don't load it via clips. So it's very slow to reload because it requires you, as far as I'm aware, to go into your inventory to reload it. RPK. Oh, can I actually just buy an RPK in? Because that's kind of cool if I can. And handguns. FN57, Glock 19, and a SIG P320. But the SIG P320 is modern SIG, isn't it? So it's, don't know if it randomly shoots your dick off, but yeah, so that's the only one that seems like a weird category. You'd think that would be in DMR, because essentially it was just basically going to be the Soviets' more accurate rifle, and then the AK was going to be their SMG role until they realised the AK was good enough at everything that it made sense just to produce one gun. But and again in this you can make some cursed fucking things, because it, like, again, I like with this I could modify it and put, you know, some stupid again I can't I'm not going to buy this once I've done this, but Yeah, there's only one cover available. Alright, that cover available. Okay. PSO scope. PSO scope doesn't look bad on it though. But, yeah, and I can't change that one, I assume. Yeah. But yeah, look, I can do a cursed SKS with at least he's probably not taken a blowtorch and that to that one. But like I said, at the moment, I'm really liking this Vietnamese AKM sort of thing with rails on. Yeah, it's also some companies have that thing where basically they have to fight everything, because if they don't fight one case, they lose the right to have a legal thing or some shit. Right, okay, so mission select. Oh, I can claim my reward for that one. Oh, and I got another org thing for that. That's good. Right, mission select. Tasks, I'm still doing that one, aren't I? I'm 2 of 3 of that one, okay. So, operations. I wouldn't mind doing the bunker mission, because that's quite different. Even though a big scoped gun isn't great for that. Bunker. Penetrate defense of the command room, install the bugs. Secure the intel. Is there any others for bunker? Because the only problem with bunker is you don't get a map for it. Oh, British Army Virtus Vest as a, what was that? 50 round for the foul. Right, let's do the bunker just because it's quite different, but to the other map. But I don't get a map for this, so the command room, I know where that is because I did one where the only other objective was to sabotage the command room. Place intel. Pipes maintenance room near the cave. Okay. Extract again, but I don't get a map for this thing, unlike the other map. So you have to completely know the map knowledge for this one. But yeah, let's do bunker. Right, I'm assuming with the bunker, it doesn't matter what time of day I do the mission, because it's going to be dark regardless. Oh, can I actually buy NVGs in this, or do I have to get to a higher tier to unlock them? Let me have a look. Because I've got quite a bit of money from stuff now, I wouldn't mind getting an NVG for a map like this. Gear... night vision. So there's only a PVS 31S, but it is at least goggles, not I can't buy it because it's tier 2 with UICS. So you can get night vision, but you have to get to a certain rank with a faction to get it. But anyway, I do have at least a flashlight on my rifle, don't I? Let's just yeah. Right, I've got a flashlight. Okay, so that's the important thing. I can actually see in the dark on this bunker map, because the problem is that, yeah, the bunker map is quite dark in places, regardless of the time of day you're doing it. Whereas the outside map is generally pretty bright if it's daytime, but nearly pitch black if you're at night. Yeah, I assume they're probably adding more in patches, because what they've done with a lot of the guns is they kind of did like a patch that had just loads of AK family guns, say for example, in one patch. So it seems kind of like rather than just one item at a time, they're kind of doing themed patches for certain like family of like gear, if you like. So if they add some Warsaw Pack style NVGs or whatever, I assume they'll be in another pack with more Soviet stuff or whatever. And again, like I was saying earlier, this loading screen in this game is a bit annoying because it doesn't show you the progress of how much it's loaded. It's just one of those loading screens where... Okay, bunker loads quite quickly because I imagine it's a much smaller map than the... Right, so the enemies will always know where I am because I've got a flashlight. Right, I'm assuming... Yeah, this is this going to be the cave bit they are on about? But anyway, I need to secure the intel before I can take it out, don't I? That's an extraction point, that's what the red is. I can't go through it. Okay, maybe I'm just meant to be going the other way. Okay. I know when I last played this, there was like a thing I could press to unlock doors. like kind of a blast door sort of opening thing. I would assume this room is the cave though, in the sense that, you know, it kind of looks like a cave, doesn't it? But again, like I said, on this map you don't get a signal on your GPS, so other than it telling you your objectives, it's of absolutely no use. This is purely like learning the map through playing it sort of thing. Like with Marauders and those sort of games, but I bet this is only the second time you're playing this map, so... When I last played it, I barely encountered any enemies till I got near the control room, and then they all came at me at once. But because I had, I think, a fairly decent... LMG, not LMG, but like, quite a sort of bullpuppy assault rifle. It might have even been Marinko I had on it. It was actually quite useful on that like this. Hey, where's he run off to? Where is he? On the ramparts again, the railings. Walkway, I think. Oh no, was that just a bit of dirt flying across? Personally, I've not been that into the modern Doom games. That doesn't, but I haven't played Dark Ages, so I can't comment if it's good or bad. But yeah, I'm just saying, I personally wouldn't buy it at full price, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't necessarily like it. But yeah, at the moment I've got so many games like, oh, there we go, look, I can actually take this QBZ and I can switch to that for close quarters. Well, it doesn't have a flashlight on it, does it? No. Okay. Yeah, might struggle to use that on this map. Oh, I thought I'd frozen them. Yeah, interesting. I don't know where the developers are from this game, because it seems to be quite into some of the communist Vietnamese history. I actually wonder if they are Vietnamese. But again, I wouldn't know without looking. AKS-74, is there any attachments on that? There's not a flashlight, is there? So no, there's no point me bothering with that one. What's Doom got to do with Germany? The Slickster looks a bit like some of the British armour dress, but no, this is meant to be a slimline plate carrier, isn't it? Oh. Did he have a pistol? Yeah. The Glock. Oh, that Glock's got an attachment on it. We'll steal it regardless. And I'll take all those small little items that can just be sold. Oh, hello. What's the attachment on here? Oh good, it's a flashlight. Okay, so we have got the pistol with a flashlight is probably not going to bump into stuff as much down here. So it might be... Oh, I've not tried shotguns yet, but I don't really... That book sells for a load of money for some reason, so I take that. Right, that's just a dead end. Right, so we got the guy on this corner, didn't we, with my ACOG. So let's see what he's got on him. An SKS look. Not that I'm bothering with that, but I am unloading the mag and then unloading the ammunition because that, of course, fits in my gun, 7.62x39. Right. I think this is the floor the command room's on. What gun's he got? Oh, the same gun I've got. Well, I'm going to have your mags for that then, mate. Oh, film case. I think they're worth a fair bit. I think it basically says it can have porn on it in the description. To store cherished memories or other stuff, ... Right. Somebody's paying 10 grand for that film, so it's probably quite good. Maybe it's an original print of Star Wars that they can remaster that George hasn't fucked up yet. It's probably not dirty at all. It's probably a classic movie that George hasn't got his fingers on. I want that destroyed, an original print of the trilogy. I don't know if George even talks like that. Don't know if I've listened to loads of Muse stuff, to be honest. I did see they were at Glastonbury, weren't they? Of course, the most famous thing to come out of Glastonbury so far is that fucking idiot that got the BBC in a lot of trouble. Oh. Yeah, fuck this. Let's use a rifle because he's got plates on. Oh. How's my mag doing on this anyway? Ah, half full. Don't really want to be stuck in a little room, but I guess at least they can't flank behind me. As I was saying when before other people came on, what's really good in this is enemies. This is one of the few games I've played where enemies can bleed to death if you shoot an enemy and start them bleeding and they don't have a bandage in their inventory. Now, with this, I'm assuming the enemy aren't that smart at seeing flashlights. Like, I think it does affect them when it's really dark, but I don't think when there's other lighting around, they actually clue on to the fact that you're shining a flashlight or a laser around. It's one of those things that kind of breaks the immersion a bit in this. Oh, that was a good hip fire shot. Oh, you're in the... Or are you just in the crowd somewhere? That's cool. Oh, what's this? Candlestick. A very expensive candlestick, I'll take that. And a GPU. The GPU is worth 10 grand, so it's probably after the great Nvidia shortages that that one's turning up. Do I have any 760 by 39 left? Yes. Right. Okay. Oh, and how's my Glock, whatever it is, looking in terms of ammo? Yeah, half full. Search that guy already. Where's that footsteps? Oh, yeah. Must have been the wind. Oh, oh, oh shit. There we go. Yeah, the enemies in this, they can be a bit dumb, but they can also sometimes just surprise you and mag dump you and instantly kill you kind of thing. They don't really feel bullshit, but it is one of those games where you can... Normally when you get killed by the NPCs is when you're looking at a dead guy's inventory and a guy comes around the corner. Yeah. Exactly, Hype. He's scalping the cards. I think all of this is just price scalpers in this game. Oh, a bunker key, that's worth a shitload to sell. And a Rubik's Cube are worth surprisingly amount of this. So they can't call a Rubik's Cube, I guess, because of copyright. But they can call the guns by their brand name. But yeah, 2080 is probably quite a good card, is it? Because my 3090 is still fairly damn good. And again, I'm not even looking into any time in the meantime now getting... Oh yeah, I can't... Oh yeah, I wanted to first do the intel room, didn't I? The, like, command room. Yeah, I can't even... I'm not even trying now to buy a new PC, simply because of the fact that so many of the newish generation things have turned out to be lackluster, I think I'm just going to wait for the next generation of stuff. Foul Series X stock. That's a nice looking stock, but not very fally. Right. So somewhere in this Intel room should be where apparently the documents are I need to steal. What's about chocolate melting? I'll have a look when I'm not worried about getting shot by some mercs. Yeah, somewhere in this room, or the other room, we should have our documents we need to steal. Once we get those, we then need to find that cave bit it was on about stashing them, and then getting out. There we go. Oh, not enough space. Okay, right, what can I dump out of my inventory to make space for it? So I'll use the backpack. Food containers I don't think are worth very much. Painkillers I've probably already got loads of. Peaches don't eat right, so there we go. Right, okay, so now it said, was it by the cave, evac? Place the intel in the pipes maintenance room near the cave. Right, pipes maintenance room. I'm not using an AK at the moment. If you're looking at the gun I've got, Thomas, this is a Vietnamese STV 380, and I looked it up and it is actually a real gun. So it's kind of Galil-like, I think. As in, that's the gun it reminds me of the most, and I was looking at the pictures of it, is, you know, just taking it out, old AK style design and improving it. I have no idea if they've changed the gas system at all or whatever. Right, so you want pipes maintenance room. Oh, got a bit of a stutter then. So that guy got SKS. He didn't hit me at least. How's my mag? Yeah, still got. Yeah, see ya. Have a good evening. I'm getting a video filmed on one of my MREs a bit later. Because it's one of those ones I kept meaning to do a video of, and I finally sort of got an evening where I can film it. And oh yeah, Soviet figure for some reason is worth nearly £2 grand. Little, I guess, ceramic doll. Okay, so we need to find out where the pipes room is. Don't know if we just follow these pipes or it's a completely different pipes. It said near the cave. Like I said, the problem with this map is you can't use your map. No, we don't. That's an evac point up there because it's got the red flare. So yeah, this is one of those maps you kind of have to, I guess, learn the map to know. Right, that's a boilery looking thing in that corner. There's boilery looking things in here. Maybe this is the room we want. Now, the only problem is, I don't know if I can change this at all in the options, is I don't like the grey-white colour like that is for searching and objectives, because on a lot of maps you can't see it against the concrete very well. So you can be right next to where you need to be for an objective, but not really notice the... Oh. That's a loot container. 5.7 pistol slide. Don't know I'd want that. Another flashlight. Well, I'll definitely take that. This looks kind of like the room I thought they'd want. So it's specifically says pipes maintenance room near the cave. So this again looks like a maintenance room, but I think you need to look for a thing that specifically says it's a secure container. Not yeah. Is that going to be one of those things that they're actually going to sell at that price, or is that them being really optimistic? Because sometimes you see that with sellers for all sorts of gear that, you know, they sell stuff, they keep trying to sell it for a really high price, and then some of them figure out eventually nobody's going to pay that, or they sometimes, you know, then drop the price, or other times you see somebody just continuously list something at a price that never sells on, like, eBay. Right, I'm assuming this is the room I want. Because again, it looks like a kind of maintenance janitry room, but I need to find a secure container because it only works if you put it in that, not a random place. assume this is just a gantry type thing up here. Oh, hello. Right, I'm actually just going to quickly pause this and look up online if somebody's done a guide of where the pipes maintenance room is. Right, apparently somebody's done a drawn map guide. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, so I've got an image up on my phone. So, can I save this image as well? Yeah, I can. So I can download the image to look at. So, it's not the best drawn map. Does it at least say where, right, the command room. Okay, so I'm just going from the command room to see, right, pipe maintenance room is in like one far corner of the map. I think there might be a little outside area. So I think it's, if there's an outside area, it's on the ground floor, if that makes sense. Yeah, tally! Right, okay, so if we can find a way out of the bunker that isn't a map exit, it's going to be there. But it said near the cave, but maybe by cave it actually means an outside cave. So we'll wander around aimlessly till maybe we find this outside place. At least I don't have flashlight batteries in this. You can get batteries as loot to sell, but they're just random loot. They don't actually, kind of like junk loot, you don't need them in the game. What's in here then? Compact flashlight, but again I don't have anything that currently fits on. Right. So yeah, the main challenge now is, at least I know it's not like a tiny little room kind of on a corridor, unless it's changed since the guy did the map. It's going to be kind of off on its own area. Right, I'd assume going down there is going to take me lower down. But again, this bit looks like a cave, doesn't it? This would be the most cavey room I could think of. Right, we've been in this area anyway. So, and that just looks like some storage room, not a maintenance room. Oh, that's cool to know, Rajiv. Yeah, sorry, at the moment I'm just trying to hope I don't get killed. I don't know if this is like Ground Branch, where you get a set amount of enemies at the start of a mission, or if you continuously get NPCs spawn in this. Okay, this looks quite different. That's like wood there. Wood needed, wood needed, wood needed. Is that based on a BTR 152 chassis, that vehicle? It looks a bit too big, actually. But I know, yeah, it is too big. But I know Vietnam has done quite cool modernised BTRs. You know, that, again, look in way better condition than the currently Monkey model stuff that Monkey is using in Ukraine. I've just had a thought. Because I can at least see what direction I'm going in terms of south and everything like that, I'm hoping this guy has done the map in the right way in terms of orientation. Because if he has, I need to go to the very north and then the west of the map. But I don't know if I can directly get to where the pipes maintenance room is, essentially by going northwest. I think I have to, you know, like, follow a road around kind of thing. So yeah, let's go north. And then if I can keep going north this way and then go west, this might be the bit in the map. I'm hoping that this guy has actually fucking orientated the map the right way around, because if not, this is going to be difficult. I am just going to have to look through every corner of the map. Alright, looks like a railway tunnel here. They are minecart-y sort of things, not a full-on railway. Right, still going north. That's a very railed up AK. He's got, oh, another GPU from, and a walkie-talkie. They're both worth a bit. Okay, let's drop some random food items and take that GPU and walkie-talkie to sell. Right, I'm still going north. Now I'm going west, so this does look to be matching that map. Had to expend a fair bit of ammo there. Oh, he's dropped his mag. Is that because my carrier doesn't... Oh, the carrier should have enough space in it. Do I have any more... Oh, 39. Yeah. Cool. Not much more, but... Yeah, it's a shame though, isn't it, Rajiv, where when you watch lots of stuff now, everything just looks worse in terms of... yeah, so there is an outside. Okay, so by the cave, they mean... Yeah, an actual outside sort of cave. Oh, another canteen that, again, is worth a lot of money. Let's bin that little load of 5.45 rounds. Take... Ah, that... I need a vertical thing. No. Oh, I see, that's... yeah, weird pouch things. Alright, let's put a health one there. Film case there. Canteen there. Yeah, there we go. I really don't have much more space to keep dumping stuff now, so I do need to just do that and get out. Yeah, this is a fairly big map, even though it's, yeah, not the big outside, Oh, they got a sniper up there. Yep. Right, where are they? There's one. When did I flick the fire selector on that? Oh, it was on semi, but I thought it was just doing, whatever. I'm going to film it tonight, Thomas, when I have it for dinner. I'm going to stick it on to go on at midnight UK time, although I imagine YouTube actually operates on US time. just so, because YouTube does this really annoying thing where it seems they'll only do one notification post per day for people your subscribers. I think it's the idea that you don't spam their feeds, but the problem is it means that if I've done a stream today or whatever, then people probably won't see it if I put it up tonight. So I'll eat it for dinner tonight and do a video on it, and then schedule it to go up. Right, he's dropped. That one I think is still alive down there, but I might have hit him again. The guy over there seems to be the most accurate and dangerous one. Ideally, I just want to start him bleeding, because if he doesn't have a bandage, then he'll eventually just die. And there's a guy maybe up there by the sound of the echo, if the voice thing's in the right place. Not being one of those just completely broken directional audio bits. Oh, hello. No, I didn't see how much space was in that. Oh, it's out. Okay, totally out, right. Oh. Where did that come from? Oh, I thought I reloaded you. Ah, this one's full. I'm gonna need more first aid in a minute, mate. When I'm done with you, I need a fucking coffin. Right, is there any ammo or anything in here just while I'm here? Ooh, a foul that looks really good, but is that broken because it's red? No, durability is 100. Okay, let's... What does it say? Cannot equip weapons. Some parts are missing barrel. Okay, so it's an annoying thing of, here's a really good gun, but it's not quite in full condition, so you have to take it out to use it. Right. Never mind then. I need to get a secondary gun again in a minute, because I dropped that in the Rinko. The only thing I don't know if there's a way of changing the settings is I don't like in this when the enemies go to low frame rate at a distance. I know that's an optimization thing, but it can make sniping them quite difficult. Move over here a minute while I reload any mags. Just want to see what I've got. Right, I've got 30 rounds in there at the moment. I don't have any more 7.62 by 39 to reload anything, do I? So, oh, I need to reload that Glock because that's completely out. Okay, yeah, that's his medical attention sorted out. Right. Whereabouts did I drop that QBZ? Probably right over here, didn't I, somewhere? The only another annoying thing I found is sometimes you get stuff that drops out of the map almost. So you might drop a gun and then think, actually, I'll pick that back up, and you it's like clipped out the map. I know it's not exclusive to this, but it just seems to happen quite a lot in this. Right, I'm sure one of these gentlemen will give me some equipment now, seeing as most of these bastards are wiped out now, I think. I don't want an SKS. Take a QBZ again. And I've already got some mags for that, so that's good. Just drop that buckshot to take that 20 round mag for it. Oh, it's starting to get a bit brighter here. Is what time of day is it then? Hang on. 4:54 PM. Okay, so it's just probably the sun's at a better angle here. So anyway, I want the pipe maintenance room, which I believe is on the very west side of this room. And I hope there's an extraction over this end and I don't have to wander all the way back into the other bits of the map. Hello. AK. Did I pick up around another flashlight? Because if I did, I could stick that on an AK with a rig like that. But I might have ended up dropping the empty Glock mag I don't need. Flashlight, yeah. Yeah, cool, I can, okay. Let's take that, although that's, again, 7.62 by 59. It's 39, so, I'll grab the mag off of that in a minute when those guys are out there. Oh, this one over that. Right, okay, that gives me a bit more ammo, even if I change from gun of the same caliber to another. Oh shit! Oh, I'm bleeding as well. Oh, not good, not good. No, there's a guy. Oh, why is he fucking not shooting? There we go. That one deadened out. Right, I need to definitely use a bandage. Right, I've got one set to 5, and I'll use a med kit. Because I'm bleeding to death now, and you will actually bleed out in this, like the enemies do. It's not one of those games where you bleed out and then get to quite low. Yeah, Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition comes out next Tuesday, Rajiv, and that's going to be my game of the year, I imagine, because of how much I bloody love the original. So, I'm going to use that other health as well, because I imagine I'm not quite at full health. No, yeah, it clears up a bit more inventory space as well. Right. Okay, cool. I've still got another health pack. Put that there. Still got more bandages. Right. That was a bit close. Right. So you down? Still more of the bastards, isn't there? There's a lot of them down here. Again, I keep looking at that one and thinking he's alive, but it's not. It's just how he's slumped down on the stairs. Ah, he is on the tower, that guy. Does it actually let you shoot them through that metal or not? No, I think that's completely... Oh, I'm out again. I think that's completely, for some reason, invulnerable metal up there. Yeah, I want you to fucking die, mate, and then there we go. No, I find Stronghold really nice to get into, Rajiv. It's got an alright tutorial, not a great one, but the first load of missions are very easy. And it's one of those things that when you start learning some of the gameplay mechanics, you kind of just keep improving. It's one of the games that most of my mates that are into RTS games that have ever tried it get on with it quite well. And there's a co-op campaign they're adding to this new one as well. Yeah, Stronghold is an RTS game anyway, not obviously like an open world game. It's an RTS, real-time strategy, and it's medieval, so literally during the Crusades. So it's looking at people on the top town map. Oh, I'm going to put that sight on my AK. Let's see what that looks like, that AK now. Oh, this guy over there as well. Right. Oh, an SVT and another film case. And some more health. Oh, it's the SVD. It is an SVD, isn't it? Not an SVT. SVT is the old World War II one. Oh, that guy. Does he have a big backpack? Or is it just one that looks like a big backpack with like a weird model? Oh. That's really not how I want to be wasting all my ammo. Yeah, let me, before on the AK, let me put the fire selector back on semi for that. Because if I'm not got loads of 7.62x39 left, I don't want to just go full on, you know, schizo with that. Oh. he got me, but luckily I'm not bleeding. Okay. Let's use the health. Painkillers only temporarily boost your health back up. It goes back down as soon as the painkillers wear off, so use that and dump that. Right, okay, so that AK is out of ammo. I've got a couple of 20 round mags left, but that's it. What have you got, mate? Oh, he's got an SKS as well. Yeah, no, that camel backpack, the camelback one is slightly smaller, I think. Ooh, I like that scope. I like that scope a lot. Oh, okay, let's dump this AK. It's in bad condition, isn't it? Anyway, take that one with the proper thing, and I've got another proper AK mag. So, let's dump that 545, I'm not using that. You're going to be a fatality in a minute, mate, when I spot we are. I need that boiler room, or whatever it was. Pipes maintenance room. Right, that's a lift. It's definitely a big elevator, that thing. Right, let's go west, because I'm sure the thing said it was roughly to the west. Oh, he's got the exact same gun as me, so I can unload the mag on that, and then get rid of those two, and take that mag. Right. In real life I do. In the game it's just I pick this gun up, and because this is a gun in good condition with attachments I don't want to dump the gun. Right, okay, so in that open area I'm in, it's in the very southwest of it. Right, so not the north now, but the southwest. Right, I'm just going back to this, because like I said, this map's quite confusing. What, with Stronghold, or, yeah, you can play with the definitive edition. I think you can zoom in a lot more. But yeah, on the old Strongholds, you can either be zoomed in really far or zoomed out really far. But on the definitive edition, they've actually got a proper like zoom in, zoom out. But there were just two fixed camera perspectives. All right, still want to keep going west because yeah, like I said, I need to go as west as I can go, and then it's directly south, I believe, from looking at that little map. So yeah, I do like the guns in that Thomas in it, but yeah, I've not currently got any in my inventory, so hopefully I'm not going the wrong way again now. Secure container, finally! Right. And then, on the thing, it should be marked as done. Yes, right, I just need to get out alive now. Right, okay. Not victory until I get out. If I die now, I still lose everything, because it's an extraction shooter. It's a single player one, so you're not having to deal with sweats and hackers. You can play it co-op with friends as well, but yeah, it's still got the very, much I lose everything if I die and get nothing kind of thing. Right, I'm hoping just by going up vertically now, there's going to be an exit to the bunker somewhere. Oh, hello. But maybe I'll be disappointed and find there isn't. Again, a Norinco. HDMI cables, they're worth a bit. Oh, another Soviet figure. Yeah, I'll get that. Right, no way out in this room, it seems. How's my mag doing? Oh, that's nearly empty. Okay, let's get rid of that. Yeah, I've got one of the fully loaded ones now. Was there anything in that room, or is that just like a decorative little one? Nah, that's just one you can see but can't go into. Okay. That's where we just came from, wasn't it? Where I put the secure data thing. Suppose we could follow the train track place. Right, so we're back in this room. I'd imagine this cave room would probably have an exit somewhere. Not there. Is that a door I can open or not? No. Wouldn't surprise me, a lot of Russian stuff is just looted, isn't it, essentially? And not to insult all their bits of culture, but a lot of Russian stuff is just, we like this, we're going to take it. But I can neither confirm or deny that about the nesting dolls, because I don't actually know the facts. But I know the Russo-Japanese War didn't go very well for Russia, I do know that. Again, I know I've been this way. Right, so I think if I go back into the main section of the bunker... Oh, does that guy there have a full mag? Or not? That's an AK-74 style gun. What about this guy? 27 rounds in it. Oh, hard disk drive. How much is that worth? 5 grand. Right. Let's find space for the hard disk drive. Get rid of tuna and a food container. Right, can fit that in now. Right, ideally, dump that, then I can put that there. Right, cool. Out of interest, because I've shot quite a lot of this gun, what's the condition of it like? 93. Right, good. This game's very good in that the durability doesn't go down a stupid amount per game. So, like, obviously, this has the normal thing that as the durability goes down, your gun jams more and more and more, so it's pretty shit in the firefight. But it is actually good in the sense, if you take a gun that you've got in full condition into a game, you're probably not gonna ever run into, in a single match, enough damage to make it unreliable, as long as you know, repair it between each game. Where some extraction shooters are weird in the sense that you can only shoot a couple of mags worth of ammo out of a gun before the entire gun is like, oh, the gun's completely broken. Because apparently, you know, most guns are only designed to fire less than 90 rounds, apparently, before they just fall apart. So it is quite nice in this that the durability is a factor in it, but it's not one that is, you know, like, guns are stupidly brittle. Right, okay. So now we're, I think, more closer to the main bunker. I just want to find a normal evac area, because we did see some of those earlier. HK G11 or whatever, yeah. Or an Enfield L85A1. But yeah, most guns, yeah. Alright, that room there, was that telling us there was an evac there, or was that just a random red light? Because I think a bit like Marauders, some of the maps kind of tell you roughly where the evac is by having red lights, so, you know, I think not necessarily it. But, right, I'm going down that way, aren't I? Giant cargo lifty looking thing. Alright, I don't even know if I can get out this way, but we might as well have a look while I'm here. I think I heard a couple of footsteps then. Oh, 762 by 31, yeah, I'll definitely take that. But yeah, the other map in this game is much better. Right, let's just compare these helmets. So, protection level 2, protection level 1. Right, I want to stay with the helmet I've got. But yeah, the other map on this is much nicer in the sense it's mostly an outdoor map with buildings and you actually get a GPS navigation thing. This map, obviously being entirely in a bunker, means you don't actually have a map, so it's like that kind of classic extraction shooter. You just have to remember where everything... Right, I'm not going to jump down there, that'd be a very quick way of losing everything I've done. So yeah, this map is very much, I guess, classic extraction shooter style map. Right, I need to go back up to the gantry, don't I, and then back around. That was where Can I actually climb this ladder, or do I have to use the staircase? No, I guess they haven't programmed ladders into the game, even though they're in it. Because I've noticed a few ladders in this I've walked up against and can't climb. So I guess it's just either they might add them in the future, or it's just a visual element of the map. This big bit here reminds me a bit of the nuke silo map on Marauders, as well as a bit of the mine map on Marauders. Right, I guess all the way up to here again, then down on the side corridors then. If I can find that bit of the map with the command room, which I think I'm pretty close to now, I'm pretty sure there's an exit not too far from there. Oh, a breaker. Yeah, there we go. Right, that I think opens one of the evac doors, that one. I think there's multiple evac doors on this, but I think this is one that you can always just do. I guess the idea is that it's in the main bit of the bunker, so it makes sense to have... Yeah, there we go. Right, assuming the game doesn't just crash now, or I get shot by some guy that just sprints up the stairs and hits me, we've made it. Right, I finished my task as well, that was to extract 3 times. I've got a lot of loot to sell off, and I killed 42 enemies. But yeah, I'd say the other map, I'll do the other map one more time before I go off, just on a simple mission. Because like I said, the bunker map, I think it's nice it's included in the game, but yeah, I think the other map is a lot nicer in terms of it. The game looks pretty, and you know, it's easier to navigate because you've actually got a GPS for it. Right, so first, let's get rid of all the crap I've got I don't want. That AK I am going to put into proper storage and repair it. Right, repair my gun, that's only $35 to repair that. Sell the Glock because I don't really bother with pistols. Film case for 8,000, that other film case is 8,000. Old flashlight 640. All those bandages I've used, haven't I? They just stayed in my inventory. Right. Sell everything that isn't related to my current gun, and then I need to reload some of the rounds into that current gun anyway. Actually, might as well just sell the painkillers. They're pretty worthless because you can only use them once. Sorry, not once, you get 4 uses, but it's temporary health figures, what I was meant to say. Right, I need to buy some ammo and refill all my proper mags for the STV. Oh, it's 762 by 39. Right, use up all of those, just refilling some of these mags. Right, okay, now I'm going to need to buy some more 760 by 39, assuming I don't have any in my storage thing. No. Okay, so I just need to buy some more 762 by 39 and then I'm pretty good for the next mission. Might grab some more bandages, yeah, just because, yeah, I've got fat stacks of cash now. Right. So I just want to buy some 762 by 39mm from my terminal thing. Oh, and accept the rewards for doing the jobs. Messages. Receive rewards. Receive rewards, yeah. Close, close, close. See what they were anyway, the rewards. I did tell me before the missions, but I'm never bothering to remember. Right, so my rewards were... Oh yeah, a British Virtus rig that I have no use for. Helmet that's not very good. Yeah, those things are useful because they're just essentially a coin that sells to be another coin. Handguard panel, don't really need that. Just taking up room. Got enough mags for that now. Oh yeah, the foul mag, that was actually one of the useful things. Buckshot, don't need that. Scar mag, I definitely want to keep, but I don't need to. I wonder if that other currency is used on the black market, because the game has a black market system as well, but I haven't really looked into it yet. Anyway, so I'm ready to go on my current... Oh no, I still need to buy some ammo, don't I? Right, so mission select, let's just get these picked before we go. I don't want the ones to get kills with a shotgun or whatever. Restock, okay. So, sell 2 prepped meal to the vendor, sell 2 food container to the vendor. Sell 2 fuel to the vendor. Profit, what's this? No, I've got none for that. I might as well just for the moment pick the SMG assassination one and then I don't need to really bother with it. Right, but for the other one, operations, quarry, so intel like we did on the previous one, but this one this time it's on quarry, which is a nice outside map. Okay, and marketplace, so black market. Oh, I see, on the black market, yeah, you use the other coin system, but I don't know if there's really a point to it, because... Oh, I see, it's infinite stock, rather than... Yeah, what's currently in, sort of thing. Right, that sort of makes sense. I might not necessarily sell on my black market coins immediately then, but... Right, there we go. Alright, looks like I'm ready to rock now with this mission. Okay, so we want to go in during the daytime, not the night. Deploy. So quarry. If I deploy at 12:36 PM, it means it will be a couple of hours later by the time I actually get there, but still light. Right, deploy. So secure the intel, place the intel, and get out. Same as the previous one, but where everything's marked on the map. Yeah, modern day Vietnam, but especially on this quarry map, you'll see a lot of like old commie buildings, sort of like commie barracks buildings and stuff like that, with Ho Chi Minh statues and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if there's much of a story for this other than like, you know, like stuff in rural Vietnam where there's like, you know, black markets operating and sort of PMCs. I don't know if there is a overall story more than that. I think this is just one of those games that's more setting than story sort of thing. Because again, like most extraction shooters, it's just you taking jobs from not very nice people to do not sort of questionable things. This map definitely takes longer to load than the quarry one. So I'm assuming the quarry one loads because although it's quite big, it's not got... I suppose it's linear but big, isn't it? Whereas this map is just kind of a big open rectangle that you can kind of go around. You'll see when I open the map. Right, okay. I'll turn the aircon off again now because it's cooled down quite a lot all of a sudden. Alright, okay, so... Okay, so the intel is actually very close to the place I need to put it, so that's nice. So it's basically just directly north of me. Oh, did I remember to repair my carrier after the last game? Don't know if I did, but that's alright. Ah, so the weather can change quite a bit in this then, because most of the times I've played this it's not been foggy, it's been sort of very bright and sunny. Even though at the moment it's 4:12 PM. Sometimes there's enemies in these sort of areas, so I just want to check that out before I yeah, there is. Sounds like somebody's mount, you know. Unless he's inside a house you can't go into. Oh, there's a guy over there. Ooh, the AUG. Yeah, I'm going to take that as the other gun to have. Oh, how big's that backpack? Ah, yeah. 3 by, what's that, 6, where mine's 4 by 6. Yeah, so not as good as mine. Is the answer to that. Oh, a bunker key again. It's just good for selling. I mean, you can take them into the relevant maps and try and find the doors they unlock where I think there's really good loot inside, but it's worth just selling the key, I think, for like 6 grand. Right, okay, so let's use the AUG for a bit. Right, it's got the proper 1.5 scope on this one, I think. Or is that meant to be a 4x scope? Seeing how much the zoom looks like compared to the other rifle. No, that's 1.5x, not the 4x one. It's another early access game, Rajiv. So the reason I'm playing it again, I got it a while ago, is very recently there was a huge patch that's put a lot more guns in and customization and stuff like that. So it's ones where, you know, for months there won't be any updates, and then the developers add quite a lot of content. Well, what's the durability actually of this? Because obviously, when you get guns from enemies, the durability is a bit shit. I think that's to encourage you to take a decent condition gun into a game. When you loot containers, when you get guns in there, they normally have completely high durability, you know, like very close to 100%, but it seems like, you know, every time you loot a dead body, their gun durability isn't very good. I do need to be careful about this gun jamming, considering it's not in pristine condition. But having the lower zoom scope is nicer for closer quarters. MP5. Now I have a machine gun. Ho ho ho. But the MP5, because it's pistol caliber in this, isn't very good against enemies wearing body armor. What country was Predator set in? Was that South America or somewhere in Asia? I can't remember. And again, the filming location might be totally different from where they actually, you know, have the story set. And it was Alan Silvestri, wasn't it, that did the soundtrack to Predator, I think? Colombia, so yeah, South America. But yeah, kind of rainforesty jungle anyway, even if it's not in Vietnam. Because Commando's also a fictional South American country, isn't it? With El Presidente and that. And he has an org, El Presidente, in Commando. Oh, hello. I had some very lucky misses there, I think. Right, anyway, what does this guy have? Take that and that. That's alright, Mexico and Brazil. But yeah, I assume you still get a load of sort of rainforesty bits in those countries, don't you? Especially Brazil with the Amazon. Alright, that helmet is better than my helmet by a mile. Oh, I finally found Brandy, look, but that wasn't the contract I accepted. Now, what carrier is this? This looks quite good. Level 3, protection. This is level 4, so not as good as my current carrier, but still fairly good carrier. Better than a lot of the ones you can just buy from the shop. Oh, an MRE. Not worth very much in here, but while I've got inventory space, I'll take it before. Right, so anyway, I want to go up to that cliff up to the north. And when I say cliff, I mean literally a quarry cliff, because this is why it's the quarry map. It's set in a quarry. Now, do we reckon that's going to be outside or inside this bit? Oh, his helmet just disappeared. Like that vampire's hair in the Oblivion remaster. Oh, he's got a P90. Oh, I'm very, very tempted to take the P90 instead of the AUG. Yeah, let's do it, because I haven't tried the P90 yet. The other one guy's got an MP5. Yeah. Gotta love a P90. Very retro futuristic, the P90, when it came out in like the 80s or whenever it was. Right, again, with this, am I in the right rough area of the map? Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be down in this cave, because this looks more like where you'd store intel. Yeah, there it is. Rather than, like I was saying, on top of the cliff. Alright, don't need that auger mag, because I'm not, although, yeah, I want to get rid of that and that, because it's actually a 4x4 item, isn't it? And the plate carrier things are vertical. Oh, more 5.7 ammo. Yes, please. So, in theory... Yeah, I was going to just say that. Yeah, this is proper PDW, isn't it? Like an M1 carbine, where not quite as powerful as a pure assault rifle round, but it's pretty up there with it. Much more powerful than the standard pistol round and better armor penetrating. Not quite as powerful as a rifle round, but we'll see in game if it's kind of matches its real you know, sort of thing. Now, as much as I want to go full auto on this, I'm going to use semi with it, just so I don't do anything stupid with it and waste all my ammo. Oh, is that a guy up there? Yeah, it is. Side him behind the thing. Oh yeah, your arms get tired in this as well if you're holding your gun up for too long. Oh, I like how, because this is a translucent magazine, the guy doesn't need to get it out to check the ammo, but just kind of looks... Look, yeah, this is much better than the MP5 and the Bison, because obviously it's got a proper armor-piercing cartridge in it. And much bigger magazines. Right, let's swap the magazine over. And then I'll reload that other one while I'm around here. Yeah, good thing I picked up those 5.7 rounds, because I went through a lot of those quickly. Here comes another guy looking for me, I think. Yeah, this is actually quite nice, that this... So yeah, it's nice in this game that they've actually, you know, done armor ratings, and that regular pistol rounds are kind of shit against plate carriers, as they should be. Because most games of armor just make it that, oh, it reduces all the damage a little bit. Whereas this seems to mean that armor, like, you need a certain tier of armor for a certain tier of guns. So yeah, definitely better than the MP5. I wonder if it says on the description, if I can look at that, or if I do inspect. Still range 200 meters, effective distance 200 meters, same as the actually, you know, it's meant to be 5.7, not 57 by 28 millimeters. That'd be a bloody fucking huge round, but yeah, this is definitely better than the MP5. Okay, anyway, whereabouts in this place was I meant to... Oh, I'm pretty close to where I'm meant to be putting that in a secure... Oh, there is literally the container I wanted. Excellent. So I kind of stumbled across it by accident. Like I said, this is nice in the bunker map in the sense that it's much easier to navigate by having a GPS. Right. You're not under heavy fire yet. I've not started fucking killing you. I will soon. Right, that one opens fairly soon if we want to go there. So that's like just west of where I was it? Yeah, basically west across this facility. Oh, guy on the roof. Ah, fuck's sake. Yeah, this does the thing as well where your barrel actually hits what's in front of it. Not where your sight does, like a lot of games where it just shoots the rounds out from where your sight picture is. So yeah, that is again a nice feature, because it means the gun's like bore, if you like, is where barrel bore is where the rounds actually come from, not just magically where the sight picture is. He's backing on about me. Oh. Yeah, I like this 5.7 a lot. Has he just got a Glock? Oh no, a SIG. Disgraceful. Modern SIG. Yeah, again, it's an indie game, so not a fucking AAA game, but just obviously people made that are quite, I guess, savants of guns and sort of gear. Again, one of my friends played it with me earlier and he got quite annoyed with it, but I think that's because he doesn't like mil-simmy kind of games. So he'll start playing something like this and then realise he doesn't like the mechanics, whereas I quite like the slower paced gameplay. And again, if you like arcade shooters, there's nothing wrong with that. I like arcadey shooters as well, but I still like mil-sims. Nice office. $10.60 by 39, yes please. 45 ACP isn't really useful. Oh, but I do need to reload that gun, so... That's that sorted. Anything good in the toolbox? Oh, marked coins. That is good. 5.7 rear sight. Well, I've not got a 5.7 at the moment, but I'll take that. Yeah, that's the thing, is... Again, I think a lot of people sometimes do the thing of getting games that aren't the genres they enjoy, and then getting annoyed at the game because it's a good example of that genre. So, for example, I have no interest in football games, but I wouldn't be a good person to criticise FIFA compared to Football Manager or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm sort of one of those people that generally just tries to play games of the genres I like. I heard that Perfect Dark was getting cancelled, yeah, but I didn't hear that the demo was, what, like, bull shots, or whatever they call them. Foul mag, laser, but I've not got anything that fits on. Another health injector, they're actually useful, take that. Oh yeah, I was meant to be going to the extract, wasn't I? Whoops. Right, how... That closes in 7 minutes, right, I've still got time, but I need to actually skedaddle over there. Right, okay, let's go. I didn't even see anything about it at all until about it being cancelled, so I completely missed it. Actually, I think one of my friends mentioned he'd seen a thing and didn't like it, and it, like, you know, didn't look like a proper Perfect Dark game. But that's about as much as I can remember of it being mentioned. I did see at one point there was a cursed Time Splitters game that I'm really pleased never got made. Well, you're on about this game, that guy, Red River. Like I said, I like extraction shooters. I really like Marauder, but like I said, sadly Marauders doesn't have a PvE mode. And a lot of the few people that still play it now seem to be just complete sweats and hackers. Like, you know, no regular people play it anymore. So it's just misery if you actually get into a game eventually of it. Because you're likely to get wall banged like the second you're, yeah, that's the thing now, Rajiv. Women are made ugly in games. You can't have attractive women in games anymore. Yeah, so they couldn't make Joanna Dark attractive, you see. You have to make them as ugly as possible, and then the devs wonder why nobody buys their games. But yeah, so, but yeah, the Time Splitters thing I'm glad didn't get made, because it was literally just Fortnite with a Time Splitters skin, rather than it actually being any way related to the Time Splitters genre, so stuff like that I'd rather not get made, you know. I would really love a new Time Splitters game, but I want an actual proper Time Splitters game. Right, let's repair that P90. And then, we're also going to repair that other gun, but I'm going to take the P90 in as my proper... Well, I'm not going to play anymore now anyway, but let's put those in my storage thing. Yeah, I just want to sell those. I suppose, like Marauders, though, with some of this stuff, if you know it's for quests that are repeatable quests, you could just put the stuff into storage rather than selling it, and then immediately cash that quest in once you get that sort of thing. But I am just going to sell that black market money because, again, like I said, it might be slight. Oh yeah, sold the head and part lower. Right, I need more 5.7 ammo. Do I actually have any in storage, or did I sell all my 5.7 I had in storage? Right, yeah, I need to buy some. I'm hoping it lets me buy the ammo, because I don't think I can buy a P90 at my level in the game. But I'd be annoyed if I couldn't buy the, Yeah, good, I can buy 5.7. I wonder if it would still let me, even though I can't buy the gun, buy the mags for it. Because I think some of the guns, even when you can't... The gun's not unlocked, I think you can get the mags for them. Yeah, it's a tier 3 gun. But yeah, that's good. You can still buy the mags. So that's quite a good feature. So they've designed it so, I guess, that... yeah, regardless of what level you are, if you manage to extract the gun, you can repair it and buy the ammo and mags for it, so you can keep it going. But yeah, you can't really properly customize it and that until you get to a high enough level. So yeah, that would only be good on a daytime map, that 5.7, because I the P90, sorry, because I've not got I think it said that if you use a gun in your thing, it doesn't use ammo, like in this place, because it's so you can actually test the guns out. So we've currently got 3 full 50 round mags, right? Yeah, 50-50. Yeah, that's cool, yeah. And I assume it's done absolutely nothing to the durability. Yeah, exactly, Rajiv, like I said. What game was it recently, I'm trying to remember, where a game did well, and when it did well, the developers of other studios, it was the Oblivion remaster, started whinging that, you know, like, players don't know what they want, basically. So basically, how dare you, even though, again, Bethesda's a huge studio, but it was kind of the attitude of, how dare you buy this in big numbers, but not some of our other crap. Yeah, but that's happened with a few games now, where, like, the industry's got pissed off when indie stuff or remasters of old games have actually started doing really well. But, you know, no, it's the consumer that's wrong. Okay, yeah, that P90 is very good for recoil control at close range. Obviously at longer range, not so much, but... Actually, I find, weirdly, that's kind of easier to control the recoil in full auto, because you're not physically moving the mouse as you click it, so you can drag down at the same time as... Yeah, again, it's the people that are passionate about stuff aren't the CEOs, are they? Exactly. Anyway, I really ought to go now, because like I said, I'm pretty hungry and I need to film my MRE video. But yeah, so I've been on streaming this for a couple of hours. Like I said, this is actually quite a good game now. Like I said, when it first was in early access, and I bought it quite cheap because I like the premise of it, there wasn't much content to it because I don't think you had all like the gunsmith system to it. So I think it was just more go in, you know, extract, make a bit of money, keep repeating the same map. But now there's 2 maps and, you know, gun attachments and that. It's kind of a lot more interesting. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do a stream at 5 PM, but tomorrow's stream is going to be a camera one, because that means YouTube will notify people I'm actually doing it. The only thing is tomorrow I've got a parcel coming that has to be signed for. So that might fuck up the timing of the stream if the parcel, just with Sod's Law, ends up coming at that time of day. But I'm hoping it's going to come earlier, or it's going to be one of those ones where I get an exact time. So even if I start streaming, you know, I can just go to the door to get the parcel if it's, you know, comes while I'm streaming. But like I said, it's just one of those annoying ones that, you know, it says they can't leave it, even if it's not a very valuable parcel. It says I have to sign for it, you know, or they have to then attempt delivery on another day. So I guess that's just where it's like the type of thing the seller's done with it, I guess. But it's a bit annoying because, like I said, it's the thing that they could perfectly leave if it was another courier. But anyway, see you all, have a good evening, goodbye. I need to film my video.